Welcome back for the first summer vacation edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. I'm Chris Wright, your host, along with Calhoun County Sheriff Larry Amerson. You can see that we're not on vacation, are we?
No, we're hard at work, and you've been hard at work, of course. 5 more arrests this past week. Thank you for all your information and your assistance, and we've got those people arrested, making that total 3,407. Man, those numbers keep going up.
Impressive every week, and it's just great. Can't say enough about the viewers of this show and the way this community has gotten behind the effort, you know, just sharing that information back and forth.
That's right, and information is what we operate on in law enforcement, and thank you for your help. And it is summertime, of course, Chris. Yeah. You got great plans this year?
I've got some awesome plans. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see any of them through. I saw where some guy had just built himself a big tree house in the backyard. And it's got a hot tub and a skate park, all this in his tree house.
Wow.
So I'm thinking I might want to do that myself. Now, I don't have any trees that are large enough for a tree house in my backyard. It might take a little while to grow one of those, but I'm on it as soon as that tree grows.
Well, we know where all the neighborhood kids will be in his community for sure. And our question for you folks, do you know where your children will be this summer? Because you need a plan. Summertime is a lot of fun. Summertime, the kids are out, and sometimes we don't watch them as well, and we need to make sure we're doing a good job.
Yeah, a lot of times kids are left at home while mom and dad go to work during the summer. You know, older kids, that's okay, but you still want to have some idea of what's going on while they're at home.
Absolutely. Those swimming pools, those attractions in the neighborhood where your kids might want to go, you need to make sure your kids understand the rules, make sure that you say where they can and can't be, and they know what to do in case of an emergency.
And also they know who can and can't be at their home. If these kids are at home by themselves, they don't need to be inviting everybody in the neighborhood over to the house.
Exactly. And parents, that's not saying you shouldn't trust your kids. It's kind of like Ronald Reagan, I always say, trust but verify. Make sure that they are following the rules, that you know where they are, who they're with, and who's coming to your house, even if they don't leave.
And then it's not just during the day while the parents are at work, it's also in the evenings. A lot of the kids will be staying out later at night with a bunch of their friends, and that's something you don't need to necessarily hover over them all the time, but make sure that the rules are in place, that they understand them and know that you're going to enforce them.
Yes, that's Parenting 101, folks, and we know we're telling you things that you already know, but it's important to emphasize because it only takes one tragedy to change your life forever, and we don't want to see that happen to you, and we want to make sure you have a great summer. And we know that you'll be watching Calhoun County's Most Wanted helping us.
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt sometimes, we talk about sharing information. Sharing information between parents can be a beautiful thing. I know it embarrasses my kids ridiculously if I actually talk to the mother or father of one of their friends, but I'm sorry. You telling me that you and your friend are doing this, I'm going to need to verify some things with the adult in charge over there as well.
Yes, that's one of the oldest tricks in the book, as we know we're going to spend the night with each other. And one thing, folks, check social media. Our kids are on it. They're communicating with their phones and their computers. So make sure you keep up with them, who they're talking to, where they're going, and what's going on in their world.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup, and we'll also talk about some great ideas of fun things that your kids can be involved with this summer, courtesy of the public library in Anniston, when we come back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. Summer lives in our imaginations throughout the year because it nourishes our souls. The warmth, the fun, the sheer deliciousness of getting out and exploring what summer has to offer. Does this sound like the summer your child is having or planning to have? Or is he glued to an electronic screen or having to get up early for camp so you can go to work? You can reclaim summer for your family. In fact, you can make this the best summer ever with your kids. It doesn't take travel or a lot of money. All it takes is your time. I know that sounds like the one thing you don't have enough of, and if you're anything like most parents, you have a long list of things that need to get done, and you feel a little or a lot overwhelmed. But it's summer. Your kids won't be kids forever. This is the stuff their childhood memories are made of. These are the experiences that shape who they become. And here are some simple tips to make this summer your best summer ever with your kids. Number one, set aside some time every day to have fun with your child. Whether it's running through the sprinkler together on a hot afternoon or counting the stars on a blanket in the backyard before bedtime, do at least one thing a day to connect and have fun. Number two, find the right amount of structure. Your children really need time to chill and relax, but they also need structure, meaning they need their day and week to have a shape so they know what to expect. For instance, every morning after breakfast, do errands or pick up the house together for an hour before moving on to the next fun activity. Number three, encourage your child to try something new this summer. There's no time like the summer to dabble, experiment, and play with creativity. Maybe try painting or self-defense classes or horseback riding. Or maybe try writing a short story or learn how to throw a frisbee well. New activities encourage brain development and build your child's focus, frustration management, and impulse control. Number four, strictly limit technology to certain times of the day. When kids are bored and it's hot outside, screen time has a way of swallowing up their time. It may be a good babysitter, but we all know that's not what kids need. The more you limit screen time, TV, video games, tablets, and phones, the better kids get at finding creative things to do with their time. And number five, plan some fantastic family memories, even if you don't have the money or time to head off on vacation. Don't wait. The key is to get out a calendar and schedule the things you really want to do. Start at dinner tonight by asking everyone to pick one thing for the whole family to do that will make their summer complete. And set parameters before you start. For instance, no hotel stays, and the total cost of each activity must be under $40 or whatever your budget is. But be creative. Remember, summer will end soon enough and childhood will as well. Why not decide now to make the most of this opportunity to connect with your kids? For more family tips, please contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
Welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up in our lineup this week, Sean Schimmelbusch. Mr. Schimmelbusch, last known to be living in Weaver. He's wanted for probation revocations on possession and receipt of a controlled substance and theft of property second. And take a look at Joshua Wirtz. Mr. Wirtz, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a probation revocation on unlawful manufacture of a controlled substance. And this is Christopher Hunter. Mr. Hunter, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation revocation on aggravated child abuse. Let's find him. And meet Michael Rosa. Mr. Rosa, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation revocation on burglary third. Take a look at Sabrina Mack. Miss Mack, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on unauthorized use of a vehicle. And meet Robert Nicholson. Mr. Nicholson, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property third. And here is Thomas Moore. Mr. Moore, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted on probation revocation for possession of marijuana second. And last up for our first half of the lineup is Juan Mateo. Mr. Mateo, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on domestic violence third harassment. And that's it for the first half of the lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we've got more bad guys for you here in just a few minutes, but Sheriff, welcome to the show now, someone who can help us. We've got a superhero on the show today.
That's right, and I don't have a cape. I'm really disappointed.
You've been sheriff for how many years and we haven't gotten you a cape yet?
20 years and I don't have a cape.
We need to get you a cape that's got your initials in it and everything. No.
That's right.
We want to welcome Kim onto the program from the Anniston Public Library. How you doing, Kim?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Also known as Super Reading Lady, or
Dun, dun, dun.
So you're in charge of the kids department there at the Anniston Public Library.
Yes.
And I love how you bring so much enthusiasm to this job, as if anybody couldn't tell already. We just love that the kids get excited about reading, and that's a beautiful thing.
It is really, really terrific. We actually have a reading program for our children, for our tweens, which is ages 8 through 12, which, you know, they're not always as excited, so we're getting them excited and enthusiastic about reading, and also our teens and our adults. We can't leave them out. Our theme this year is, of course, as if I guess you couldn't tell, we have superheroes as our theme. We are doing Every Hero Has a Story for the children. They get prizes for every 5 books that they read, or if they're reading chapter books, it's every 250 pages, you know, to sort of even the playing field,
Right.
keep everyone reading. We have Super Suckers, Bam Bubbles, we have Kapow Kickballs, and the final prize, the grand prize, when they reach 20 books or 1,000 pages, whichever comes first, they get this lovely Every Hero Has a Story t-shirt.
Cool.
So really, really neat. For our tweens, they get these same prizes, except for the second and third prizes, they get a different prize option. They get to pick from the tween treasure chest, and the teens actually have a backpack that they get to choose from at 500 pages, and a t-shirt, which is Be Your Own Hero, kind of looks like Batman, you know, something a little bit more teeny for the teens, that they can win at 1,000 pages.
Wow.
So all very exciting.
Sheriff, I don't know about you. I did the summer reading program when I was a kid. And they always have broken this down, not just by the books, but also by the pages and such. And I'm still a little bit bitter about this because I read the most books, but there was one girl that decided she was going to read Roots.
Oh, wow. And she did?
She read one book and she beat me.
Oh no. Well, we have a few more things added to our collection than in the past. We still, of course, have Roots, but we also have comic books, which we wanted to highlight. Of course, with superheroes being our theme, we have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the ever popular manga, which is a Japanese comic book that has gained popularity in the last several years as well.
Now, we love that you're making reading fun for the kids, especially during the summer. A lot of people don't realize how important it is to read. The studies just keep on showing that if the kids don't read over the summer, they're not prepared when they come into class for the beginning of the next school year.
Correct. Actually, studies show that children, teens, tweens, all of those that I was just talking about, can lose up to 3 months of what they have learned during the school year. And that correlation is made greater with lower income brackets. So if you want to keep all of that information fresh and keep those grades up, definitely come here and read and win some free stuff.
There was one summer, Sheriff, when I got very upset. I didn't do a lot of reading during the summer. It's almost time for school to start back, so I decided, okay, I'm going to pick up a book and I'm going to practice my reading. I'm going to get ready. I sat down with the book. A few minutes later, my parents said I was crying. I said, I forgot how to read. Now, it turns out it was one of my mother's French books.
Oh.
So, panicked over nothing, but it is important to continue practicing that skill.
Absolutely. And we actually do have bilingual books. So for our Spanish speakers and English as a second language, we do have those books in English and Spanish. And every other Saturday, we have a bilingual story time, which is really exciting for those that English is their second language or someone trying to learn another language.
Very good. So what does it take to get signed up for the summer reading program?
That is all available at our website, publiclibrary.com. If they visit publiclibrary.cc, they'll see everything they need there to see our events that we have coming up, our free fantastic prizes that we're offering, and get signed up. And once they finish reading, they can come to the library and receive those prizes.
Very cool. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and then we want to talk about some of the activities that you've got planned for the summer. It's not just about reading and the reading program, some other activities as well. We'll talk about those in just a few minutes here, and we'll meet some of the kids that are participating on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead,
drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch
like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Nicholas Cole. Mr. Cole, last known to be living in Piedmont. He's wanted for a promotion revocation on obstruction of governmental operations. Take a look at Casey Hunter. Miss Hunter, last known to be living in Jacksonville. She's wanted for probation revocation on attempted identity theft. And this is John Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for probation revocation on theft of property third. And meet Jabril Clark. Mr. Clark, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana second, obstruction of governmental operations, and resisting arrest. And this is Kelly Riley. Miss Riley, last known to be living in Weaver. She's wanted for failure to appear on domestic violence third, harassment. And take a look at Anthony Robertson. Mr. Robertson, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to pay child support and failure to appear on assault third, the face of a deadbeat dad. And last up in our lineup this week, another deadbeat dad, Lawan Hurd. Mr. Hurd, last known to be living in Huntsville, wanted for failure to pay child support. And that's it for our lineup this week. If you know the whereabouts of any of these folks, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414.
More crime fighting for you here in just a few minutes. We'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show, also our Crazy Criminal of the Week. Sheriff, right now, though, I believe this may be the youngest people that we've ever had featured on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
I think you're right.
I don't know. Welcome, Michelle and her kids here. I'm sorry, let's see.
This is Ella.
Ella and Boyce are joining us here, also known as Captain America and Elsa.
Yeah.
Now, Elsa, how did she get a sucker and we didn't get suckers?
Maybe it was all of those books that I read this morning. You know, she was a very good listener in story time. We have story times every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. And of course, Boyce and Ella have been faithful to come all year long, but especially now that summer reading is coming up.
Look. Yeah, you are on television. Isn't that cool? Do you see yourself on the TV there?
Here we go.
Wave to yourself on the TV. All right, so obviously, this is one young lady that needs to stay active during the summer.
Absolutely. which is why we do songs, we do games, we do lots of stories and lots of interactive play and things to keep everyone having fun during the summer.
God bless you. How many kids are you entertaining at a time at the library?
Oh, this morning we had 60 children and their adults. So we have crowds of upwards of 200 children and their adults. So we're of course bringing in everyone. And
smiles about it. Don't worry about it, Mom.
It's too young.
Michelle, what are some of the activities that your kids are going to be participating in?
Well, today was great. We were really excited about the fire truck. It was a real hero, real superhero.
Missed the fire truck.
You missed the fire truck.
And firefighters.
You got to sit in it and everything, and opportunities passed. Wow. But it was great. It was real superheroes this morning. So,
Boys, did you get in the fire truck? Cool. Yeah. Did you rescue anybody? No, maybe next time.
Did they turn on the siren?
Absolutely.
So the fire truck is passed. What other activities do we have coming up this summer?
We have lots of special guests coming for story times. Tuesday at 10 a.m. Wednesdays we have our craft day, which is anytime, all day. They can come to the children's department and make a craft. Thursdays at 10 o'clock we have educational entertainers coming. Storytellers, animal shows, all sorts of super surprises. We even have a bubble show, which is going to be lights and magic and huge people-sized bubbles. So
people size, now is that Boyce size or Larry size?
Both.
Wow.
Actually, which is going to be quite exciting. And of course, Fridays we have our movies at noon, and we display all of those titles and information on our website, publiclibrary.cc.
Very cool. So people just go on there. See, they actually go watch a movie for free.
Absolutely. And it's a new movie. We try to pull in new titles. And Mondays at noon, we have movies for adults. So if any adults are looking for things to do, they can do that year-round on Mondays at noon.
And when you say adults, that doesn't mean adult movies.
So. No. We don't show anything past PG-13. You know, that's how we roll at the library. We also have things for tweens, which are 8 to 12-year-olds. Don't want to forget them. We have Tween Zone downstairs. We do all sorts of activities and games, 10 a.m. in the children's department.
Yeah. During the summer especially, things kind of just happen.
Right.
If I haven't signed up for a particular activity, I can still just show up?
Just come on. And actually, all of our activities, there's no sign up necessary, and they are absolutely free, which is really, really exciting. Yeah. So, and of course, teens, we don't leave out our teens. Every Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m., we have an event for them, and that all culminates in our end-of-year teen masquerade. And our theme is heroes and villains, and they have to read at least one book to get a ticket to that masquerade.
Cool. All right, so we've already had the firefighter heroes out there today. What other heroes are we expecting to have stop by the library this summer?
Oh, it's going to be great. We have animal heroes. We have Native American heroes, which we have our very own Renee Morrison, who's going to be featured there and doing some wonderful storytelling. She's always a wonderful, dynamic storyteller. Looking forward to her. And we have the Anniston Natural History Museum coming with their animal heroes, which they have some fantastic live animals that they display there. And we have some media heroes that are going to be coming out and telling some stories as well. So come on out and enjoy.
The sheriff was complaining. He said that you were always told when you were reading those comic books, graphic novels as they call them now, you were told that didn't count for your reading.
No, we didn't get any credit for it. I got in trouble for reading them now.
Oh,
you
it
can do
definitely
it.
counts.
Would you say those actually are very helpful with reading?
Absolutely. They can actually help build vocabulary. A lot of the terms that are used in the comic books are a higher reading level than what they would encounter in novels oftentimes. So it's really good for our reluctant readers.
All right.
I know that my children, reading was important to them. We nurtured that, and it really helped them in their school as well. So I know parents, you need to be at the library and have some fun.
Absolutely. Even if they're not able to read on their own, like Ella here, she is read to. Michelle, I know, is reading to her daily, and it helps build her vocabulary and her interest in books later.
All right, very cool. Okay, well, we're out of time, but if anybody wants to find out more, publiclibrary.cc.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, Kim, Michelle, and kids as well. Captain America, you did a good job there standing in the gap. All right.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the Crime Stoppers segment of the show in just a moment here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put on your thinking caps and your deer stalkers and help our investigators with these cases. First up on your caseload this week, between May 9th and May 11th, this storage building located on Angel Drive in Jacksonville was broken into. They got away with a Craftsman toolbox, assorted tools, and 2 steel chainsaws. And sometime on May 15th, a John Deere riding lawnmower, weed eater, golf bag, and Murray bicycle were all stolen from this residence on Halsey Road in Jacksonville. Sometime on May 18th, this residence on Church Street in Hobson City was broken into. Now, nothing has been reported stolen at this time, but there was some damage caused to the residence. And sometime between May 16th and May 17th, a weed eater, chainsaw, and leaf blower are all stolen from this residence on Nesbitt Lake Road in Jacksonville. And last up on your caseload this week, between May 19th and May 20th, a Calhoun County school bus was broken into. The bus was parked at this residence on Brown Avenue in Anniston. They got away with a fire extinguisher and a fuel card. And that's it for the caseload this week. If you have any information on these cases, and we hope you do, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Sheriff, it's that time of the year now. People are getting into the water, doing some boating and some swimming and some skinny dipping.
Yeah, I heard about that. I understand it happens from time to time.
An individual, can't remember exactly where this was, unfortunately. He was skinny dipping over the Memorial Day weekend, and it was underneath a drawbridge, one of those that comes up.
Yeah.
And he decided to get out and walk across the drawbridge completely naked. Well, the drawbridge goes up while he's walking across it. And he is now stuck completely nude at the top of the drawbridge. They had to come rescue him. The ladders that the firefighters brought would not reach all the way, so the firefighters had to climb up. They did take a towel to wrap him in before they helped him down the drawbridge.
I have a feeling alcohol was probably involved in that issue.
If it wasn't before, it was afterwards.
Yes. So he was the star of the show, and he got his reward.
If you're going to do some skinny dipping, we don't necessarily recommend that you do, but if you are going to do some skinny dipping, stay in the water, okay?
Stay in the water.
Make it probably some muddy river water. That would be nice as well.
And never,
Everyone else
ever
appreciates it.
get on the drawbridge.
No, don't get on the drawbridge. All right, that's the time that we have for this week. We will be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.